Y'all want to know something?
What?
Beautiful big titty butt naked women don't just fall out the sky, you know?
Oh. Yo. Do you
Quality
watch that
Kanye
movie?
lyric.
Dogma? The movie he got that from?
Wait, that's from
That's from Dogma. So that's like Jay and Silent Bob, right? You know the...
Yeah.
Yo,
Wait, who
that
the hell
Dogma
are...
movie is...
You don't know who Jay and Silent Bob
Yeah,
are?
what the fuck?
Where have you been, Clerks?
Who the hell are they?
Bro, you ever watch a comedy movie?
I mean, yeah. But, like, who the hell are they?
All right.
Are they in every comedy movie? I mean...
No,
No,
but like,
they're
it's
like
just like
very popular.
Yeah, it's just...
Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah.
The fact that you haven't heard of them is wild.
I'm thinking these are NFT people.
I mean, they could be. They definitely could. Honestly, thinking about them, they like their characters for sure. They would be.
But who? Like what movie?
Clerks.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
And Dogma, which
And
is...
Sure,
Dogma,
shit, never heard
clearly.
of that. I
Yo,
thought that was some like...
They're in Drake's "I'm Upset" video.
I haven't watched a music video since fucking TRL. Okay, I mean, like, who's watching music videos? This is 2024.
That's fair.
I mean,
Bro, that was a crazy way to age yourself.
well, I mean,
TRL. That
yeah.
shit is.
you know,
You don't like watching music videos
you know who's
for real?
you know who's watching this right now and has no idea what TRL is? We got like Flurry, OG. They don't know what the fuck TRL is. They don't know who Carson Daly is. Okay,
Craziest part is fucking OG does what fucking people on TRL did.
Oh,
With all
yes,
with
the content,
and
yeah.
shit. Yeah.
yeah, he's been jocking TRL swag. He doesn't even know.
Wait, but for real, you don't watch music videos?
I mean,
Like, you don't like music videos?
no, like
YouTube
I'll,
or nothing?
I mean,
No?
I'm, like if I'm going, I don't just randomly go watch music videos. But like if somebody sends me a music videos, like you should watch this, it's fire. Like first person shooter. Like of course I watched that with Drake and J. Cole. It's like that video is fire,
Word.
great production, all that.
We can't even talk about that song anymore.
Most of the music
J.
videos
Cole.
aren't
Bro,
nearly
I'm
as
so
good.
disappointed. Do you like follow rap music at all? Like J. Cole, fucking Kendrick, all that shit?
I listen
like,
to it. I've seen 0 music videos.
Word.
Okay, that's the equivalent. Maybe the equivalent of me not knowing who Jay and Silent Bob
I hear
are.
there's new beef, right? Between like Kendrick started something
Okay,
between
all right.
Drake and
Look
like,
at that. So
look,
it's
you
not
know,
the equivalent, Mark.
Apparently-
you tried to get at that.
Apparently, Joe Budden said that, and I don't want to go off on a tangent here because I know you, and we could end up talking about this for a half hour. But Joe Budden said Drake and Kendrick both have diss tracks ready to go.
Yep.
Listen.
That's what I heard.
Cole got his ass out the way for fucking apologizing. Just mad disappointed in Cole.
You know what's kind of funny though to me, and we don't have to go off on like when you think about like '90s rap, like the OG days of like real hip hop.
Tell us about
like-
the OG days of real hip hop, Mark.
Like if you said something out of pocket about somebody, you might get shot. Like that's not really Like Drake and Kendrick aren't getting shot. That's just not happening. It's just not happening.
That,
Let me knock on wood as I'm saying that. Can't have
honestly,
that.
that's even more why I'm fucking pissed off at J.
Right,
Cole.
right.
It's just like,
It's a
bro,
song.
give us the bars. You
Yeah.
literally said you were Muhammad Ali, and you're not knocking anybody out. So what the fuck are we doing here?
Right, and it's like J. Cole, like we know you're not as good as Kendrick, so you can say whatever, like talk your shit, but like
Arguably, like rap wise, like he can keep up. Like he can keep up, but now the bars are just like, fuck. You've been talking about how nice you are for the past like 2 years. Someone finally tried you, and you're like, yeah. So you know what? Like I'll take it on the chin.
This is
Like,
all
I'm-
marketing, right? Like Drake and Kendrick don't really have a beef,
No,
right?
No,
no.
Drake
they've been
needs-
subbing each other for the past like decade.
yeah, but you
Yeah.
know if they
It's just
probably
marketing.
dap it up behind the scenes. Let's be real.
Exactly,
There's
bro.
always some marketing level to it.
There's a little extra.
I mean, but I do think when you're at the top, there's a little bit of you that always wants to be looked at as the top dog, and like I get it. Like both of them, I think bring different things to the music table, and both of them are like they're very different types of rappers. You know, Drake is
Kendrick legitimizes Drake, right? Like Drake's already been at the top for so long, but like Kendrick has a little more street cred, right? So,
yeah,
like,
100%.
when he beefs with Drake, Drake actually kind of looks a little better,
Drake
and
impacts
Kendrick looks better too because Drake is like obviously fucking been on top for so long.
I mean, listen, we could go on for this. Could become. We could bring on Joe Budden. Let's hit him up.
Well, who do you
know,
actually think is better, right? Drake, Kendrick, like who you got?
Oh, if I'm giving my top three, it's if we're talking pure rap ability, it's Kendrick number 1, Drake number 2, J. Cole number 3.
Drake number 2 is
But
wild.
if we're talking about like actually impacting, like I give Drake a lot of credit for he's truly impacted Colcer on so many different levels.
Wait, you said from rap. So it's like, are you saying he's a better rapper or he had bigger impact? Because those are two different questions.
No, that's what I'm saying. From a pure rap ability.
Definitely not Drake number 2. Though.
No. Oh, you think J. Cole's got him beat?
Oh, for sure. But there's like also like 100
that's-
other rappers
well,
who
that's-
have Drake beat,
Well,
right?
but we're talking. What?
Not on impact. Not on impact. I got you on impact. I fully agree he's up there. But on being a great rapper,
I mean,
what do you think, Sonny?
Who about Drake? I think they all can rap their ass off.
Okay, but thanks for your politically
Like,
correct answer.
no,
we're looking for a top
fucking
3.
Thanks.
I mean, my top 3 it's simple. It's fucking Drake, Kendrick, and then J. Cole. But that's like a personal thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, if someone was like, all right, my top is Kendrick or my top is fucking J. Cole, like, I'm not going to argue with you because I think I think at that point it becomes more of a personal preference of who you like listening to more and what songs are replaying for you more.
Wait. I thought we were talking about like rap ability, which you said. And like I've got like MF Doom, right?
Well,
like,
yeah.
Come on, like somebody who can actually rap, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, Kendrick can, right? But Drake?
Drake can rap.
I go back
Drake
to
can rap.
I think
Better than MF?
I mean, again, it's kind of like, what do you want to listen to?
right. If
You
you're
know
going
what
off
I'm saying?
replay
Like-
value, I don't know if anybody beats Drake. Like,
yeah,
at the
no,
end of the day,
100%.
like-
I agree with you.
Yeah.
See, that's where I agree with you. Replayability, like impact, Drake, top.
Yeah.
But so then what are we talking about? Like,
rap
I feel like
skill.
I think
skill?
I think
Drake is not nearly at the top.
Yeah, I mean skill wise though, but like I think Drake doesn't get enough credit for like how he can actually rap. Like he has legitimate like even his last project, you have Red Button, you have 8 a.m. in Charlotte, you have like all these like rapping records.
Wait, question. How much of Drake's lyrics do you think he writes versus how many of Cole, like J. Cole or Kendrick's lyrics do you think they write?
I mean, I think both Drake or J. Cole and Kendrick don't nearly do as many things as Drake has going on. So I think there is a level of like Drake puts out way more music and
a lot of it's mid, to be honest. Drake releases an album and he's got like maybe half the songs are good.
I mean, but then again, you go to 10 years from now, who will people be listening the most back to? They will be listening to Drake back the most.
Yeah, his highlights. His highlight reel.
He's got a
His highlight reel fucking crushes.
Hey, the B-side is
The B-side
is
rough.
insane. No, the B-side is insane.
I mean,
the
listen.
B-side is insane.
Drake's hit list looks like a fucking CVS receipt. I mean, it
100%.
just goes on
Yeah, but
forever.
even
agree.
if we don't do the hit
I
list,
agree.
you could go back to songs like The Ride, Do Not Disturb. Like, there's all these songs that are B cuts that like shit is fire.
Yeah,
shit is
100%.
fire.
All right, we cannot
we
turn
can't
this
go on.
podcast.
Yeah, we're gonna do a whole rap podcast and we're fucking.
We can't do it. We can't do it.
I
So-
was surprised though. I put out a fucking tweet about fucking Cole apologizing for rapping, and I was just surprised at how many like there are a lot of people in the space that fucking were just like, yeah, man, Cole let us all down.
Yeah. I mean, again, if you're a hip hop fan, like I saw that, I watched the video, I was like, again, like I get what J. Cole's saying. You just didn't need to say it. Like nobody
Man,
really thinks
fuck
like
all that shit what he said. I get it too from an energy standpoint, but like, bro, you've been wanting the smoke for 2+ years now. You don't fucking fold now when you finally have the smoke.
Yeah, it was just I don't know. At the end
Like,
of the
you've been
day, it's like
welcoming it.
this isn't like again. You go back to early '90s rap. It was life or death. Like when you said certain things, it's not that anymore. It ain't that. It ain't
ain't
that
that
hard.
deep.
It's not
especially
that.
not for those three. There is obviously underground rap. That's a whole different world. Yada yada yada. But like we're talking Drake, Kendrick, and J. Cole. Like come on now. They're all family, consumer safe.
To your
Like,
point, the smoke keeps him in the conversation.
Consumer safe.
I mean, they are, bro. Like, what do you mean? Like, they're Walmart, Target, and fucking Kohl's. Like, I don't know what to tell
They're
you.
playing on like the Grammys. You know,
Yeah.
like Kendrick Lamar is like,
Yeah.
Bro, my boy got a Pulitzer Prize.
oh shit.
Okay.
That's nuts for a rapper. What do you
Right.
mean?
But I mean, like,
White
what does that have to
people
do with. I'm just saying they're consumer safe. That's all.
I'm saying he got a
crazy.
Pulitzer. It's like the same shit.
Yeah. I mean, listen. All right.
Why did that throw you off so
Oh, I don't know. It's a complete side note. I don't know. Like, you might as well throw out that somebody's got a Nobel Peace Prize while we're at it. Like, I mean, okay. Yeah. Sick. All right, so welcome back to an episode of D Weekly where we talk about whatever the fuck we want to talk about. What an
man.
episode. We don't appreciate you joining us. What do
Yeah,
you
of
want us
course.
to call you, by the way? What do you like being called by?
What do you
Jake,
like
we know what
being
this is.
called
Well,
by?
because, you don't like when we use your government name. We've gone over that.
Yeah. We've cleared that up.
Should I say it right now and bleep it out later? No, I'm just kidding. I won't do you like that. It's I was trying to
Marc is feeling away right now. I don't know what it is. Marc is on some different energy. I think you got him hyped up from the conversation from earlier. He was like,
I think it was us giving him shit between the podcasts.
Oh, unbelievable. We're not
not.
hashing that off on this podcast. That's a dinner conversation.
Marc got a narrow dating pool, and now he's mad at us.
This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. The disrespect of Web3. The disrespect of Web3. Oh, this is unbelievable.
Bro, you know what? Honestly, you need to put that on a fucking shirt.
The
Marc
disrespect of
Colcer merch. The disrespect in Web3, and the other one, unbelievable.
It's
That's it.
It's funny. I never realized how many times I said that until recently. Like somebody out of the blue was just like, unbelievable Marc Colcer voice. And I was like, damn, I didn't even know I said it that often. So
Wait, there's literally every other word that you say.
well, there's a lot of unbelievable shit that happens. And I mean, it is what it is. So, but all right.
Weedle.
Jake.
I don't care.
All right, we're going with
Word,
Jake because
vibes.
Weedle just doesn't flow off the tongue like I would like it to.
Champ.
Champ's well, but then we got Champ who recently.
Champ's not bad.
Speak of another Champ, we got Champ to Graham, that just rocking the DeGod now on Twitter.
Let it go lower.
We love to see it. Let it go lower. Too high right now. Want it to go lower. 0. We're going to 0.
Jake's about to buy. He was
You
like,
gave
let
me
it
a
go a little
fucking
bit lower.
sweater, and so now I have to buy one.
That's how I onboard people, honestly.
He's saying, just give me the merch. I'm like, well, fuck, I already have the merch. I guess they're
Listen.
gonna go drop like $3-4 grand, whatever it is.
Oh,
Listen.
Jesus Christ! I hope they're not $3,000. I'll be saying that.
Yo, I have no idea. How much are they?
You'd be surprised.
Oh, 6-7 grand. What are they?
Like 5.
5? Oh man, you act like I was so far off.
Wow,
The first time.
threes.
We'll give it next week.
I think
Let it go lower.
I think you almost made Marc have a stroke on this podcast. You said 3, and he was like, "Wait, what?"
I'm like, we below 1 soul or 1 ETH?
one
1
soul.
soul soon.
Hey, 1 soul at 3K NFA.
So-
Buy on cube.exchange.
All right, so listen. We got to dive into some of the shit we're actually. Listen, I was actually thinking to myself today. I was like, I don't know what we're gonna talk about today because I was like, there really hasn't been anything that's crazy.
Bro, there's always
Wait.
something.
That's what I realized. Even when you think there's nothing to talk about, because I was like, man, like really in the last few days since NFT New York, there really hasn't been that much going on. Blah blah blah. I go onto Twitter today. We get the first news: Uniswap being sued by being investigated by the SEC. Then you've got MarginFi, just crazy shit. They're getting called out by Blaze. MarginFi is just telling everybody to go fuck themselves. Wild time on the timeline. And yes.
Marshmallow
No, we
is
can't.
suing all of Web3.
That Jakey breaking the internet again. Jakey causing far more turmoil on the timeline than I thought. People are really upset about that. Crazy.
No, who's people? Who's upset? Besides Marshmallow, which
Marshmallow.
Listen, I think, I don't know. It was crazy how many people. I was on a flight when all that was going down. I land and I'm like checking Twitter and it's like, I thought everybody was going to be like, I'm loving this shit, blah, 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 blah. Everybody's like, this was a stunt to pump, Mog, blah, blah. And I'm like,
Bro, the people in the space that have been commenting on it and being like, oh, this is what content has turned into. I can't believe it. Sometimes I hate being a part of this space because of it. It's like, bro, have you never had like one fun time in your life? Like you've never been to never cracked a smile on your face. Like that's what it sounds like sometimes. Like these dudes sound like fucking Scrooge in their fucking basements, like tweeting and shit. Like relax, fam.
well, and it
Like,
was just, to me, it was
like a 5-minute stunt. Nobody got hurt. Like
and
it was fun.
It's just the reality of like, if you know Soul Jakey's content at all, I mean, even slightly, if you've literally spent a morsel of time on crypto Twitter, Soul Jakey talks about Soul. He's Soul Jakey. He's not ETH Jakey. So if he was putting together some elaborate stunt to pump a meme coin, blah, 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 you really think it'd be Mog? Like, I'm sorry, but it just wouldn't be that. Like, it's nothing against Mog, but like he would have picked a Solana coin. It's like, use your fucking brain for 1 second. Do one level of critical thinking. And I know I'm asking a lot here, but like do one level of critical thinking.
here's what I'm upset by, right? The next day, we have the marshmallow meme coin, right? It fucking pumped.
Wait, there was a
meme coin based on fucking marshmallow.
I didn't even get
the
that.
fake marshmallow, right? And it's like,
Damn,
where was
on
I?
that.
We didn't get the alpha
Great.
on that.
Now
you know
we
what I mean?
we got.
If he was
fucking-
really gonna pump something, like he
now you
needed to
got
have released
Marshmallow
that.
about to fucking double back, sue again.
Honestly,
there's
if
a
he
meme coin
sues
about
that-
me.
Exactly. It's gonna double
Double
pump
back.
once we get the lawsuit or any more news.
Yeah, I mean, it was, crazy time. People overreacting the hell out of it. Like, those people, I'm just like, God, we have so many reasons to be bullish right now, and you're out here that angry.
Just
like,
miserable. It's not even angry. It's just like misery on the timeline. Like, bro, it's not that deep.
yeah.
It was a 5-minute stunt. Like, bro had a DJ shit in the back of a Cybertruck in Times Square. Like, if you can't see how, like, yo, that's kind of lit. And keep it moving. What's
Right.
the issue?
But I said before, I'm like, the only reason why people were that mad was because Frank was on the Cybertruck. If Frank wasn't there, which Frank just gives everybody an engagement boner, like they're just like, oh, Frank DeGods, let me get this shit off, okay? And we all know it. We see it, whatever. If there was anybody else but Frank up there, I don't think one negative tweet comes out. Like, people just love.
All right, you're,
I don't think Marshmallow gives
yeah.
a fuck. The
Yeah.
No.
Marshmallow doesn't give a
I'm
fuck
not-
Yeah, and I think
about
that's what
No,
caused
but-
controversy. And then we got like Ariel being like, "Oh, well, you shouldn't fucking do that. That's illegal."
And they were mad that people were in Marshmallow's comments and shit and being like, ha ha ha, like fucking relax, or putting the Mog emojis, and it's just like, well, you got mogged.
The helmet didn't even look that
I mean, if you
good.
get mogged, you get mogged.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
get mogged, you get mogged. Like, it is what it is.
It is what it is. You
Hey,
gotta
but
take it on
that,
the chin.
that picture of Frank, though, that came out, iconic.
Oh, the one where,
Iconic.
through the window?
Yeah, that shit is
fire.
That shit
Absolute
is
fire.
the biggest mood.
It really is. It really is. But
You got to put it like in the video somewhere. Right here.
yeah, I'll put it,
Yeah,
right
right
yeah.
for sure.
But yeah, no, crazy. And again, like, content's a good thing. People having mixed opinions is a good thing. Like, you can't just do, lame shit. Like, again, sometimes you gotta say something.
I mean, honestly, you need to make somebody mad with your content, because then that shit just goes extra crazy.
Conflict.
Like, it's the same shit with
clicks.
your shit with fucking Mutant Mon. They were like, how the fuck can you use this IP and blah 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 blah. It's like, you guys have explained it before, but it's just like, because people are mad about it, it just gives it more attention. Lit. People
100%.
pumps my bags.
Crypto Twitter loves to be mad. I mean, if we go a day and a half without somebody losing their shit on the timeline over something that's not a big deal that we won't be talking about a week later, like,
Are you even doing crypto Twitter right at that point?
I mean,
It's entertaining though. Like this whole margin fi thing, where it's like, "Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you." You're like, "This is sick."
I wonder if-
Let's
No,
watch.
I think the craziest part of the tweet where he's like, crazy for you to assume my like sexuality or something like that. And then he was like, I actually love that shit.
Oh my god,
That shit was so funny. Oh my god.
I want to see.
That was hilarious.
How could you imagine like a worse way to handle that? Like, part of me is like, okay, great. Like, I kind of am for founders being like, "Oh, fuck you," but like, this is not the situation to be doing that in.
I think if you have been caught in some shit where, like, because what the whole shit is like, they allegedly took some of the reward funds and have just been pocketing them, like, right? That's
Right.
like the allegedly shit. So I think when you're messing with people,
Somebody, man, that'll turn off in 1 second.
what happened?
Like, whatever this was, there was a period of time where people started pulling the fire alarm outside our building. And there was a period of time, like, at one point, it's like 2 a.m. Fire alarm goes off. So I come downstairs. I'm like, where's the fucking fire at? Who knows? Maybe there is a legitimate fire going. But I don't even know if people.
We're just like, oh, fuck it, record the podcast.
I don't know if people can hear this right now. I think they can. But damn, that shit loud as fuck.
shit.
Is it actually in my apartment or is it?
No,
it's outside.
It's outside.
See, it stops. So literally this is probably 6 months ago. I'm sleeping. Fire alarm goes. I wake up. Where the fuck did the fire? I'm trying to figure out what's going on. So I come downstairs. Fire alarm goes off. I'm like, all right, let me go back to fucking bed. I go back upstairs. I fall asleep again. Fire alarm goes back off again. I'm like, you got to be shitting me. I come downstairs. It's going for probably another minute or two. Turns off again. I go back upstairs. I go to bed. 30 minutes later, gets pulled again. I open the fucking door. Pull the fucking alarm again. I'm ready to like. I mean,
shit.
You fucking with my sleep at this point. Like somebody, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I'm gonna do something. I was real mad. Don't fuck with my sleep.
I would have slept through every single one of them fire alarms.
Well, that's not good.
My first night in New York,
Maybe.
right? I'm in the Ace Hotel in Brooklyn, right? It's a nice place.
Yeah.
4 a.m. fire alarm goes off.
Damn.
The next day, the fire alarm goes off 4 more times.
Oh no.
Shit.
And then it goes off at 2 a.m. another fucking day. Apparently, their whole fucking fire alarm panel is like fucked. They couldn't figure it out with all the money they're losing because like they comped a bunch of my days. I called, was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Right? It's literally I just flew in trying to get to the hacker house, and at 4 a.m. the fire alarm goes off, and it stays on for like 15 solid minutes. Like we're out of bed, we just put our clothes on, we're getting out the door. And then they're like, "Oh, there's no fire." But it's not even like a reasonable human being saying there's no fire. It's some guy who's like not sure of himself, right? It's some guy who's like, we're not exactly sure what's happening.
I think you should be
We
good.
don't, yeah, exactly. It's like, what the fuck? Is there a fire? Is there not a fire?
I don't smell any smoke right now, so
Exactly.
should be aight.
We looked around and I was like, well, very fucking cool.
Well, I mean, even like, so there was the, and I don't want to go off on a side note too much about New York because we're gonna go off on 50 billion side notes on this podcast. But there was the earthquake while we were there too,
Legendary.
and that happened
Nuts.
while I was at the gym, right? And so then I'm watching.
You didn't go to the gym.
I'm at the gym getting that fitness in, but I'm at the gym. I'm on the treadmill, and I see the news report comes up: earthquake in New York City, acting like it's the biggest deal in the world. We live in LA. There's earthquakes every other day, but so I'm watching it, and then they said something like, "Please evacuate if building shaking." And, and I'm thinking to myself, well, okay, I'm like, I'm however many floors up, like 30 floors up as I'm reading this. I'm like, well, if the building starts shaking, I don't know if an elevator is really the best spot to be, but also 30 floors up would take a solid minute to get down the stairs. I'm like, if I go, I go at that
You were
point.
like, I'm kicking it.
Yeah, I was like, I'm working out, and if I go, I go. It'll be a hell of a story, make content out of it, and that's that. But
Make content out of it is crazy.
well, I mean, you tell me
Not
you wouldn't
that
make
crazy.
content out of my demise?
You know what's crazy? Mark actually told me in New York that if I were to pass, he's like, I'd write like this really compassionate post about you, get a bunch of engagement, and we just got to keep it moving. And I was like, bro, who even fucking thinks like that? Like, what the fuck?
The guy's
Like,
leaving out so much context. So much context. This guy, Sonny, keep
Honestly-
leaving out context.
Honestly, though, the New York earthquake was probably one of the first earthquakes I felt. And I live in California.
Damn, I'm glad you felt something for something.
Wow.
Yeah, it's nice to feel something for once, honestly. It doesn't always happen.
So anywho, margin 5.
Yo.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe don't say fuck you to people when
Yeah.
it's like you might be fucking with their money.
That's the thing,
That's the
right? It's
thing.
like if somebody accused you of some shit, don't just be like, fuck you. Like if somebody's coming out and like being out of pocket,
Especially if
sure.
it's about their money. Like
Well-
if it's something else, like, all right, maybe that energy is warranted. But I feel like, bro, if they're accusing you of stealing money for the past 3 weeks and like that's your accusation,
Well, the other thing
maybe
he
you should
said
come
is
out
he
with
was
something
like,
like,
Blaze wouldn't be where it's at without us.
Yeah, that was
essentially.
a
It's
that
like,
was a.
oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, see, then you start flexing
Arrogance.
and then it's that's literally your downfall right there.
But then he resigned. It's like, why are you going to say fuck you all day just to resign? Like, did he make a bag? This is like a big thing I've noticed in like crypto Twitter, fucking this whole space, is people make money and they're just like,
No, he put
they're
out,
looking for ways to get out and not do their thing.
he put
you know
out
what
a
I mean?
tweet saying he's basically at zero.
Oh, he's at zero.
Well, he said that. You never
wow.
know.
What means he got zero patience, but like a 7-figure bank account?
I don't
Like,
know. He
zero
said
patience.
because like if you had made a fat bag and you were upset one day and you're just like, oh fuck you, this is like an easy way out. Like, okay, sure.
We've definitely
Go
had
off.
some people do that.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know who
Definitely
Edgar
see that.
was before today.
I don't think we'll know tomorrow.
Hey,
Like, we'll forget.
sometimes people make a name for themselves in different ways.
This is true.
You
But
know what I'm saying?
he
Shout out to Slurf, burnt 10 milli.
he said, I mean, he's got a long ass tweet. We're not reading this whole thing, but he said at the bottom of it, I've been running pretty red financially lately, so this puts me pretty much back at zero. But if you've been in this industry for a while, you know that's nothing new. So
That's wild.
Yeah.
How are you at zero? Like in this whole space.
He's not with Mutant Labs, clearly.
he didn't buy Costco
No
hot dog.
show.
I
And didn't buy Costco hot dog.
He didn't buy that Muay
Didn't get Malta
mean, missed
shots.
every meme coin, right? Like
I
this
mean,
guy's
He can buy Solana $8.
Okay, that's actually a good little segue real quick. What do y'all think about founders buying meme coins and like being in the trenches like that, right? Because it's like we're saying like, oh, he didn't buy any meme coins, he didn't do this. Maybe that's a separate bag, but how do you feel about that?
I mean,
you're
at
a
least
founder,
me,
so,
right?
Yeah.
So it's like I don't go look for meme coins, but people put me on. You know what I mean? Like people
you
are my
flexed
DM.
on me in New York. You
Yo,
were
I was like, "What's your
you were
meme
like,
coin
bro,
deal
you don't
flow?"
got
And
deal
apparently
flow?
it's
And I was
fucking
like,
none. I'm like,
bro,
"Wow,
like,
okay."
Your deal
my
flow
boy.
is just wait for me to send you a ticker.
Yeah, my deal flow is Marc.
Well, Mark just came. Like the first thing he said when I got here, he's like, "I'm kind of a meme coin god over here."
No,
It's like,
that's not what I
okay,
said.
Where's the fucking alpha, Mark?
We cut this out.
My bad, Marc. Okay,
No,
talk your shit.
That's also we're just leaving out context.
I didn't know. A couple people started giving you your flowers on these meme coins, and I didn't know you were calling yourself a god out
Okay,
here.
this is D-God. That's the only
Yeah.
kind of God I am. Okay,
Okay.
a little D-God action. But no, we're leaving out context.
But no, if
again.
you know some people, right? Like you
Yeah.
just hear some things, whispers, and right, you just take a couple shots. I didn't even look at it, right? I throw a couple soul in, and then I look at it like a week later. And
I'll say this: my
See what's
meme
up.
coin strategy is I have a psychotic amount of people's notifications on. So, like, if you check my phone at any one point in time, so many Twitter notifications.
What was that noise?
No, I'm not doing that again. You get that one time only. You can replay it if you watch the video. But so what I do is I keep a shit ton of people's notifications on. People that have anywhere from 300 followers to people that have 100,000 followers, whatever. And I'm checking what they're tweeting. And if I've seen somebody that called a meme coin really early on a previous meme coin, then I'm like, all right, let me pay attention to what they're calling in the future. It's worked for me. That's my strategy. Anybody else can take it. But like, and then I'm not buying at like 2 mil. I'm buying at 100K, let it either die or make me a shit ton. But like, I'm not doing the 2 mil, 5 mil, 10 mil. Like sometimes I'll buy those, but like, you know,
Sometimes those are good though. They could run all the way up to 50,
100%.
60, 70, 80. Like
I just like being in the trenches, and that way I can just put in one soul and let that shit run up. Because yeah, I'm not putting in like, it's pretty rare that I put in like 10 soul into something or whatever. I just don't have those kind of nuts. But I'll put one soul in on something that's like, you know, 50K.
that's not something you should admit, Marc. Your size can be size.
I mean, my size is my size is size.
Wow.
Now don't get it twisted now, sonny.
No, shout out to Marc though. He's, you know, I enjoy him being in the trenches. He sends me tickers. I go to Photon,
Bang.
buy some shit,
Exactly.
and we keep it moving.
That's
you know what I'm
simple.
saying? Like that's the vibes.
That's simple. So,
But to have missed the whole thing, right? Everything has been meme coins for like months now. To have not partaken on any of that, it's crazy.
I'm so bullish on founders that fucking have been investing in the meme coins. Like if you're in meme coins, if you're talking about meme coins, and you're a part of a project, I personally think that's like people. I've seen the opposite on Twitter where it's just like, oh, like imagine fucking paying more attention to meme coins than your own project and all this sort of shit. But there's like a legitimate like strategy and use case to that. You know what I'm saying? Like you're seeing how these communities are operating. You're seeing why people are rallying around memes. You're seeing why people are rallying around tokens. What are catalysts and all this shit? And like those are learnings that you could take back. Like, bro, we are fucking barely in the bull market yet. Like we are so pre-rich right now that it's just like you could take all that shit and like figure ways to like what applies to your project, what doesn't. Like obviously with 404s now with tokens and shit, like you can apply meme coin shit to the hybrid NFT shit
If
that's
it
coming.
wasn't
Like it's so much.
for meme coins, like Mutant wouldn't exist, right?
Hey, yo, bars.
For like, you know, we have a Telegram only, right? We don't even have a Discord, right? So it's like we've made choices. We've tried to
fucking
think
love
of
that.
things through that lens of like, okay, how would a token succeed? Not only that, but like Neto, who's on the Mutant team, like the only reason we're like we know each other is because he threw me in a meme coin alpha chat. He made me a fat bag with used car and koi. He called these early, right? So he's got a whole alpha chat, and you know, we talk about community. To be honest, like making and losing a lot of fucking money with your bros, like, you know, that solidifies
Bro,
you,
those
right?
are bonding experiences.
Daramola,
Literally
who's
bonding
doing
experiences.
our music for Mutant, right? It's like we were in the trenches together, you know, months ago, well before Mutant, just like making and losing a bunch of fucking money together. And now he's fucking doing the soundtrack to Mutant, right? And like,
you remember all
bonding.
those people.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you actually bonded because it's like, yeah, you were in the trenches together, or you fucking like all y'all had a bag on this shit, and it was just like, all right, we're collectively like rallying around this. Like, you did this shit with fucking used car, your favorite fucking bag that you never stopped shilling. Interviewed a car, fucking all that content with Eddie and fucking sold Jakey's content, like all this shit. It's just like you band together and you like bond so much more. And it's like you could even see the after effects and aftermath of all that. So
I think there's a lot that you can learn from all of it. So yeah, I'm bullish on people that move with how the space goes, because I think it's really easy to get stuck on how things were or how you want things to be, you know, whatever.
That
Facts.
part,
But-
how you want things to
Exactly.
be, is like, oh my God, that's probably like one of the worst shits you could be in as a founder. I feel like is how you want things to be.
Jaded.
Yeah.
Jaded as fuck, right?
Bro.
Because things gonna like break your way, or people don't see your project for all the value, right? It's like you just gotta move on and see, like, okay, what
Yeah.
are people giving time and attention to?
Yeah.
Right. I think you look at a lot of the different, whether it's NFT projects, whether it's different protocols, whether it's different, you know, whatever. If you look at the space in general, again, there's so many times that somebody says, I think the space is going this direction. And then the space doesn't go that direction. And they're like, fuck. And it's like, dude, listen, you can either sit there being mad that the space didn't go in the direction that you wanted to go,
Or adapt and
or
find
adapt
out.
and
Yeah.
survive, you know. And I think that's the name of the game. Again, we all, like, everyone loves to dunk on OpenSea for having this gigantic lead of everybody in the marketplace, and they've obviously let that go. And again, the way I would look at it is, I'm like, dude, you gotta survive and advance. You gotta do different things to take where the space is going, the different ways that it's changing, and evolve with it. If you don't do that, then you won't be relevant even if your thesis comes to fruition 5 years down the road, you won't be there to
You won't even get to see it
yeah.
through. Yeah.
So it's like
100%.
at the end of the day, the whole thing about Web3 and crypto and all of this is that this space moves fast as fuck. And if you're sitting there saying, you know, bubble, like, again, when I started this podcast in general, I did it with audio only. I realized video was the key to get this shit ready to go. Then it was like somebody else being like, yo, clips is where it's at. And I was like, all right, even though it's way more work to do video, audio's quick as shit, you know, it's like, again, you go where the world is evolving. It's not always going to evolve in the exact way that you would like it to. That's part of life.
But
Move
at the
fuck
same
on.
time, though, you have to take chances, right?
Right,
Like,
yeah.
Like Ordinals, right? Like Magic Eden crushes that whole market, right? And they're like just dominant.
Yeah.
Right? Because they took a fucking chance.
Right.
You know?
early.
And
They
you
took
gotta
that
be early.
chance early.
And
which was
you got to
fire.
define that narrative, right? So,
Yeah.
like, you know, with SPL 404, right? It's like, you got to chew that fucking glass. You got to go on the podcast.
Yeah.
You got to get that narrative out there. Like, if you want the world to be different than it is, then you better make it happen.
100%.
Or fall in line to what's trending and what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
'Cause-
worst thing you can do, I mean, again, and it's what meme coins has shown us, is work for your fucking bags. So if you've got
100%.
like, just like you said, if you've got this thesis of like, this is where I think the space is moving, then you got to be yelling it from the highest rooftop, saying this is where it's going. This is why I think it's going that way. And if you're yelling it and no one's paying attention, then maybe you either A, maybe your idea sucks, or B,
You pivot.
you pivot. Like, it's just like, or you know, if you're really like, hey, this is the fucking thing, then you got to go down from the rooftops, go down to the floor, and
100%.
meet with everybody and meet with each person individually till you win them over on it. But the worst thing that you can do is be like, hey, why aren't you fucking listening to me? Fucking go out there and change people's opinions.
Bro, literally during that like 2-3 weeks of like massive pre-sale meta for fucking tokens and shit, like you had people that were complaining about it that don't do pre-sales and tokens and shit like that. And it's just like, fam, at some point you have to understand, like, this is what people are paying attention to right now, and there's a reason that they're paying attention to it right now. Figure that shit out and figure out either how you fucking fit into that, or it's like, hey, we don't necessarily need to be a part of that, but like if you're a project, if you're a community, whatever, you might figure out how to get your community involved in some sort of way. You might figure out how to bag them up, like whatever that looks like. But it's like if you're too much trying to go like way too much against the grain, and you don't have that like that trend-setting product that's about to like, all right, yeah, if I'm going this much against the grain, it's because this next shit is about to be the craziest shit that you've seen. Then what are you even going against the grain for?
Yeah, I mean, even pre-sales I hated, and like I put out several tweets being like, I hate pre-sales, I hate pre-sales, I hate pre-sales.
Bro, the
And-
one you admitted to me, I was like, I can't believe you sent him money.
And it is what it is. But like,
No.
but
The one I'm thinking,
Which, probably. Honestly, probably.
No, like a late one, right?
Yeah,
with
late
a
one,
guy
yeah.
who's got a big name. And,
Yeah.
woo!
Yeah.
A lot of people lose money on that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Mark was still on some man, what was your reasoning? He did exactly what I thought he was gonna do, and I was like, all right, so you just gave him money for no reason?
Listen, there's certain times I think a scumbag
Brother.
can pump shit. I was hoping a scumbag would pump the shit better. He didn't do that at all.
Does that make you a scumbag if a scumbag pumps your shit?
No, it makes me
Pause.
Scumbags pump a lot of this shit. Come on.
yeah. I mean, it is what it is. If I didn't want to,
But if you knowingly know,
I mean, that was public for anybody to want to get into. But again, I
Fair.
out here did a donation. But
yeah, next time just put that in me and Weedle's wallet. You know what I'm saying?
But
Like,
but somebody said to me at one point, because they were like, "You've said you hate pre-sales, so why do you do it?" And I'm like, because if at the time period, if that's how the space was moving,
and
then,
if I want to make a bag,
then I deal with it.
But
I did
you've
the
been
same
in this
thing.
space long enough, though, to know, like, oh, this is like a short meta.
Yeah,
People are going to
100%.
abuse it. Like, it was coming to an end.
But you're still gonna do
If
it.
you invested where I'm thinking you invested, like, you were at the end of that cycle, bro.
Right.
Like, you come on.
100%. But I was
but
like,
you were already doing it before that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But if he had done it before that, a lot of those worked out.
right.
If he only did the last one and got burned,
No,
it's
no,
like,
no.
bro,
it's just you keep
should have
doing
seen
it.
that,
You know,
like-
you
No,
keep
I-
trying to play it.
I did many. I did probably five or six.
how many worked out?
Honestly, for me, not many, because it was like,
Is that zero or
well,
is
'cause-
that not zero?
well, because a lot of them you had to sell pretty quickly, and I just there were certain ones. I mean, sometimes people launch this shit.
You're a
at, like,
believer. I get it.
no, sometimes they launch this shit at 3 a.m. and I'm like, I'm asleep. I'm sorry, I missed that. Like, again, like,
Unless it's Slurf. Then you're not asleep at 3 a.m.
well, but
Yeah.
Do you guys still own Slurf or no?
no, I don't.
I own a little bit.
I own a little bit.
Just for the vibes. You know what I mean? I fuck with Slurf.
Yeah, I mean,
I fuck with the story. I fuck with, like, yeah.
I was on that space, or I was listening to that space with you. It was
That
fucking
shit was
wild.
hilarious.
Wild.
somebody made me a shirt in New York that just said, "Oh fuck."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking lost mine. I had mine.
I gave mine to Mike. I need to get that back.
You're not getting that back.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably not,
yeah, you're definitely not getting that back.
I was like, hey, can you put it in your backpack? Probably never gonna see that again. But
oh, actually, I think he has my shirt.
oh,
Oh, I might be able to get it back.
okay.
Not yours, but mine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So with that, the other big news of the day, crazy shit. We got the SEC obviously, investigating Uniswap. I'm gonna be honest. Like when I first saw the news, I was like, "Fuck," and then I don't know. It was like Bitcoin dipped. For I want to say it was a 2.5 hour period where Bitcoin dipped and then it went to 70K, and I was like, so we just don't give a fuck, which is good to see. I mean, again, like the SEC investigating somebody, like if you think it's ending with Uniswap, it's not. They're probably
It's
going to
literally just the
investigate
beginning.
everything.
Yeah.
But like again, it's like, I mean, I don't know. It just to me, like it is what it is. Like I do think if you like again, SEC is a U.S. based thing. Like, and in the U.S. we've got an election coming up. I think they're gonna throw everything at the fan in the next like 6 months. And you know what? It is what it is. We'll see what happens in November. But I do think a lot of the people that are kind of making those decisions and whatnot probably won't be around the top of next year. So,
But the weird problem is, though, right? It's like it's bad political calculation because too many of us are into fucking crypto, right? So it's like the vote's going to be too close, at least kind of in my estimation, to piss off so many people. So it's like, is it really coming from the current administration or from somewhere else?
I mean, I think it's probably there's a lot of obviously stuff that goes on behind the scenes
Right,
that
right.
we
That's what I'm saying.
obviously don't know about. But like at the end of the day, crypto is a worldwide thing. You cannot beat crypto. Like there is no winning against crypto.
Okay, talk your shit, Mark.
Well, I mean, it just
Yeah,
like
talk your shit.
Like the U.S. loves to act like we run the world, and in plenty of ways, the U.S. does run the world. But like there are certain things where, again, when it comes to crypto, unless you plan on shutting off the internet around the world, electricity around the world, Bitcoin's still going to be a thing. Crypto's still going to be a thing. Are there going to be certain companies and protocols and shit like that do things nefarious and therefore are held accountable? Yes. The crypto space has shown that we sometimes let people do some crazy shit and like, it is what it is. They eventually get caught up in whatever. But like what I do know is the technology is not going anywhere. People are going to step up, run things the right way. And like at the end of the day, Like, again, SEC can investigate whoever the fuck they want to investigate. Doesn't mean they're going to win. Doesn't mean anything like that. People love a flashy headline and all of that. At the end of the day, it's not, I don't know. I just don't think it's that deep. And again, I think what I like to see is that there was always, like, we've seen plenty of FUD before where it, like, gains serious traction. And the next thing you know, like, it influences the market for months on months on months. I was glad to see the space rebound very quickly today. I thought meme coins would take a gigantic tumble. They didn't really.
Do you like any political meme coins? Like, you know, the ones around like
Trump, Biden,
Bowden.
Yeah, I mean, I bought Biden's dog today that so far I'm down on. So I can't. Yeah. I'm definitely not pumping that, but like,
yo, they were really in fucking people's DMs like sending dog barks.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah,
I got that today. I thought it was funny.
A little fire.
Yeah. But yeah,
Funny.
no, I think those are funny. I think they work right now, you know.
But like as we get closer to
I love
October, November.
I love them.
Yeah. I'm kind of like let me choose some spots of when it's time to bag up before that season comes around.
Yeah. You know what I'm not looking forward to though is everything else that comes with that season, cuz like, God, I don't know.
Are you not a guy who likes to watch the world burn just a little bit?
I mean, I wouldn't be in crypto if I didn't like watching the world burn a little bit. Like we just we burn the whole space down once a week. So
once a week.
You know, but I don't like all the ads. You know, I can't watch a fucking television show or a YouTube video without all this.
You still watch television?
Yeah, you watch television?
I mean, I watch like
that's fucking wild.
You know, I was watching March Madness.
Television.
I was watching. You know, Love Island's a great show. I don't think
terrible.
I don't know if there's political ads on Love Island, but you know, we got baseball season. I'm watching the Dodgers, the Tigers, the whole night. You know, sports guy, big sports guy.
Big sports guy.
You can't pay right now to watch the sports with no ads.
Probably can, but you know, I'm not.
Mark's not at that point of the bull market.
Yeah, I'm not paying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's like he just said ads on YouTube. I'm like, bro, premium's $10 a month. What the fuck are you doing?
I need more benefits to you. I actually signed up for. You know what? It pissed me off.
Actually. Here we go.
Let me go on a little rant.
Here we go.
So I needed to use a video from YouTube for some B-roll the other day, right? So I was like, YouTube Premium, you get to download videos. So I was like, okay, sick. So I pay the $10. I get YouTube Premium. I press download. What I didn't realize is that we have different definitions of what downloading is. Downloading pre-streaming was if you press download, you would get the actual video file. Nowadays...
Oh, it's just downloaded offline.
Yeah. And that pissed me off because I was like, damn it. I thought
fair.
I was going to, you know, be able to save myself from watching some or like going onto some janky, you know, YouTube to MP4 website converter, you know, whatever. And instead
are you pirating content, Mark?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. That's fucking crazy.
Allegedly. Yeah.
You know,
allegedly.
Mark, I can hook you up. I've downloaded lots of videos.
Okay. Allegedly.
Man. Allegedly.
Nah.
Weedle's like, I don't give a fuck.
Oh, allegedly. I'm going to keep saying it for him. Allegedly.
That's that mutant mon energy.
Yep.
I don't give a fuck about
what?
none.
Yo,
He's WeedleChamp. He's literally a fucking Machamp with a, what is it?
It's fucking Weedle.
Yeah, with Weedle.
It's Weedle, yeah.
It's the other part of that, you know?
You know, and Weedle goes hard. But
Pause.
I'm only downloading my own videos, though, that I've uploaded to YouTube, obviously. Clearly.
Yes, of course.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. But another week in Web3. Where, by the way, real quick before we pivot from here, Amy, what's the fucking? How long does it say on there? 46. Okay, so, all right.
That's just how you feel?
Well, I'm trying to make sure because I want to put out this episode ASAP, so I don't want to go like. Sonny and I have the habit of on these. Sometimes we just end up going for an hour and a half, and then they take forever long to download the individual tracks. It ends up making it shit go way longer.
Honestly, I just do it so Mark has to do more work. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like,
funny,
let me talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me talk as much as I possibly can and just extend this video out and just, you know.
That's what this guy does to me. But before we started this podcast, one of the conversations we were having that I actually think is really interesting. We're talking about NFT mint prices. Like, if you were minting an NFT right now, what is feasible? What would you pay? What would you not pay? And obviously, like, let's be real, NFTs are not the...
I'm not minting shit that's not a 404.
Oh, okay. Talk your shit.
That's good news for me.
Yeah, that's very good.
I got some 404s coming out.
Yeah.
Mall Street, go nuts.
Hey, talk your shit.
Cool sweater, bro.
It's a, you know,
What's it say on there?
You know, just, you know, something of like, I think it's going to be like the 404 of the year or some shit. I don't know.
Yo.
You should probably pay attention.
I hear they're going to get potentially on some centralized exchanges.
You
might
know,
change
that
the game.
That part was the shit coming out of New York, bro. That shit just like even like made me like that much more bullish on 404s because actually I wanted to ask you this question, but like when we were at that fucking dinner, by the way, bullish on dinners,
Bullish on dinners.
bullish
Super
on
bullish.
fucking dinner events at these fucking crypto conferences because
Small dinners, intimate dinners.
yeah, intimate dinners, like like at most like 30, 40 people type of thing,
Right.
because one, I need to eat, and I probably don't eat if those dinners don't exist.
Oh,
You know
but,
what I'm
and
saying?
that was a nice place for
Bro.
free, right? You just
Oh,
go, you show up, you're, bro.
Yo,
the
that
food
polenta?
was,
Fam.
oh my god,
Oh my god, yeah, no, that shit was fire.
they
But-
paid top dollar.
Yeah, but when you guys started talking about 404s and how it could be on centralized exchanges, and that gives the ability for people to be a part of your ecosystem through just buying the token on the centralized exchange, and they don't have to give a fuck about the NFT. Like, they could just be betting on your IP, betting on your ecosystem, betting on whatever just through the centralized exchanges. I was like, bruh, next level. But I was gonna ask you, like, going to that 404 dinner, because it was a bunch of us, right? It was like ETH 404 as well as SPL 404. Did you walk away out of that with anything like crazy for you? Because I know you've been in like for no pun intended, but you've been like in the weeds of 404, and so it's like, did you walk away with anything from that dinner that was like, oh shit, either I didn't know that before, or it's like that stuck out to me a lot, or I had a really good conversation, like anything?
I had some great conversations. I mostly walked out of that dinner with like a shit-eating grin. To be fair, like, I think what we've done at SPL 404 is just a better system than ERC 404, right? And the conversations I had there with those people, I think they were like, yeah, that makes more sense.
Like what SPL 404 is doing.
Yeah, our model makes more sense. And, to give all credit, like, we don't exist if they don't exist,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it's like we were able to build on top of what they built, right?
100%.
And so, like, we stand on the shoulders of giants thing. But, the gentleman who threw the dinner was like, yours is actually better. If we could use yours, we would. So
So you walk out of there standing a little bit higher.
A
That
little
day.
bit,
Look,
now I know
I
why.
knew this shit I was peddling was pretty good. I was like, this is nice.
Now I know why Weedle walked out of that room like, chest high, and was like, yeah, meet me at the fucking Clano party. I'm out this bitch. I was like, okay, my bad. Just talk your shit.
Look, I had an amazing New York experience, and turns out when you get through what a 404 really fucking is, or what we're doing here at SPL 404, anybody who's been in this space, for any period of time understands, like, oh shit, this changes things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we were talking about meme coins earlier. You guys know, like, one of the most bullish things can happen to a meme coin is get on a centralized exchange, right? What does that do to price? Like, usually it goes up. And I would argue because there's a whole audience of people you're connecting to that didn't see it before, that aren't on dexes, that aren't maybe looking at NFT collections, right? And just like as a whole nother type of customer for you.
100%.
So-
Yeah, that was the one thing that I walked away from that 404 shit that I was like, yo, I was already bullish on 404s, and now I'm just like, yo. I was even telling, shout out to Kat, she threw that dinner. When I was explaining it to her what like 404s was, she was literally like, oh, so we're like making NFTs fun again? And I was like, yeah, no, actually that's pretty much what we're doing. 100%.
I think so. I mean, and the fun aspect, the part I really like is like when you go to remint, you get like new art, new NFT,
Yeah.
right?
And the type of shit that artists can do with that is like
Insane.
bruh.
And you don't have a static collection, right? Like immutability is cool, and shit not changing and being collectible forever is cool. And you could still have that. But then
Or we could also just leave that to Bitcoin.
you could, but what I'm saying is inside of your collection, somebody could like never swap, never sell. That's it. It's locked in, right?
Yeah.
So long as they have it, they're in control, right? But then you could, swap into it, and now you could get a whole new NFT, right? And it could even be the rarest NFT, right? Could be some brand new collectible based on some, only seasonally available traits, right?
Yeah.
To never happen again. And this is the sort of thing that happens in traditional games, right? It's
Yeah.
like we're adding a whole new game layer that NFTs didn't have before. So I think it's
And people care about that shit. Like, when I think about the amount of people that care about fucking the traits of their DeGods and their fucking like, oh, my DeGod has this, my DeGod's this, or the aesthetic, or even Utes for that matter, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like some of these like bigger collections that are like, yo, this trait or that trait. Azuki's probably one of those ones that like has shit like that as well. And when I think about that, I'm like, yo, if you add this to that, and how many times have we seen like edits, right? Like, think about it. We're seeing all these edits with like MOG goggles on fucking all these
100%.
different PFPs, right? If that's official and you fucking buy one with a token and now it's like, oh no, like my MOG glasses, like no, that shit's like an official trait, like that I have, that it's rare and whatever. Like
to your point, right?
fire.
So like, let's imagine DeGods was SPL 404 just for a second, right? You guys could partner with MOG, right?
Yeah.
And then have that collab piece, and maybe it's only there for a month, right? But now you've got these like fucking special MOG glasses that are collectible that'll never happen again.
Yeah.
And right, you think about it from the NFT side. I think of it from the
with that, would you be able to like, let's say they did that collaboration, right?
Right.
Would you be able to do that with like MOG token, where it's like MOG token is the token that gets you this NFT, but through the collaboration, it's like for a DeGods trait. That might be just like way out of.
Let me say, I don't know off the bat if that would work. However, I will say this whole thing just busts open the design space, right? It's like you get so much more canvas to play with, right? And we've already like pretty well trotted like what was possible in the old system, right? This design space, I think, is going to open up a lot of options. And I've heard some crazy ideas from people who want to be our clients. And I'm like, wow, like if this happens, like this is
Like next
very
level for some of this
cool,
shit.
next level shit.
Well, and I think at the end of the day, like we have to be willing to try new things. Like right now, it's been a minute since an NFT is really pumped, and we've seen a few that have done like decently well. Like Milady's done really well recently, and a lot of that's because again, like kind of where like the meme coin culture fits a lot with the Milady's and everything that they do in their community. But like, you know, and we are going to see other NFTs that pump over time. But the reality of it is right now the NFT space seems really stagnant, and it is very stagnant right now. So the idea of trying out something new, and again, it goes back to our earlier part of the conversation, is like you got to be able to move with how the space is moving at the time. And so, you know, our 404 is the future. Like I believe they're 1,000% going to impact and change the way the NFT space moves. But regardless,
at least this next cycle,
NFTs
Right.
2.0.
Right.
I mean, come on. Like you say, are the future, and maybe I'm the most bullish person in the room, but I truly believe like the old model just doesn't work. Like we've seen this in practice. It is not sustainable. It also doesn't have many of the benefits, right? It doesn't have the benefit of liquidity. Doesn't have the benefit that you can grow your NFT base without diluting your previous holders. Doesn't have the benefit of you could get on, you know, a centralized exchange. The trait thing, you know, the swap fee that you could charge as a collection to be a revenue engine for you. Like it, the old model doesn't work, and it doesn't have all these benefits, right? And I haven't heard anything in like the 200 conversations I've had about 404s that anybody else has another model to try.
Yeah, no, fair. I think the two things, like, to me, just like off the top of my head is like it definitely brings trading and I think volume back to NFTs, and like so many of us have been fucking dying for that for a long time, especially the ones that are like true, like, yo, like we care about NFTs more than anything else, right? And like obviously we've been dabbling way more into meme coins because it's fun and like there's all this shit, right? But like still like NFTs at heart, and so I think it brings trading back, but I think it brings part of the love of like NFTs and some of that energy that we saw early on, where it's like, oh fuck, like I got a rare trait, or I got this, or this
Right.
is my artwork, or like an actual love for like the aesthetic of what your PFP might be, and like branding around it and shit like that. And I think it really brings both of those two things back, and just those two things alone to me is like bullish, aside from all the other perks that you get from it. But bringing those two things finally back to NFTs, and as we're going into this next cycle, I think it's going to be really exciting.
I think the thing that gets me the most excited about 404 is that I think what it allows is the multi-tiered layers of community. And what I mean by that is like, okay, so if I want to buy a Mad Lad right now, there are however many $20,000. I'm not buying a $20,000 NFT right now. I'm just not doing that. But if they were an SPL 404, what that would allow me to do is buy the underlying token And that's what gets me excited because I'm like, yeah, maybe I don't want to put 20 grand into an NFT, but if I want to throw 5 grand into a meme token that again is an SBL 404, I'm way more likely to do that than I am to buy the NFT. And so again, like, and I look at all of this and like, actually, question I had for you that I didn't ask you on another podcast because we got this is the cool part about what we talked about this the other day. We tweeted this out, or I tweeted this out. The quadfecta of LA content.
You're so proud of that tweet.
I like that tweet. I had to Google and make sure quadfecta was a word. I was like, I know trifecta is 4. I would assume it's quadfecta. Let me just
honestly,
confirm
I'm just surprised that you could pronounce it.
Yeah, it's tough, but. The quadfecta of LA content is this podcast, my podcast, the IRL Alpha, and then probably nothing with Leap, Thread Guy, and Banks. So, hey, if you end up on that, it'd be 4 for 4. But regardless, we're obviously doing a lot of content. You're going to IRL Alpha tomorrow. Speaking of that, but so my question for you would be. Fuck, I'm gonna be honest. I just forgot my question.
Shit.
Oh my
Jesus
God,
Christ!
All this fucking
bro
build-up,
glazed
bro.
himself.
He did.
Glazed his tweet and was just like, you know what? I actually don't have a question for you no more. Weedle, sorry about that.
Right.
Fuck, what was my question? It was a good question.
Can I tell you what's crazy is glaze. You used that the other day. We were in AMA and you're like, Weedle, not to glaze you too hard. I'm like, bro, don't be glazing me at all. Keep that glaze to yourself.
Bro, you know who I told that to? I told that to Groovy because at that dinner, bro was just like giving me so many compliments that I didn't even know what to do with all of them. I was just like, bro, fam, you are glazing me tough, but I appreciate you. Like,
glazing
that's
is a wild
that's
term.
the dog.
Look, Groovy is
That's
on
my
his
dog.
shit, bro.
Groovy's on his shit.
Let me tell
Shout
you,
out to Groovy.
He, I used to throw events.
Bullish on his
parties.
mustache too.
The mustache is good.
That's a hell of a
The
stash
mustaches
you got
are
going.
in. You know what I'm saying?
Really
God, I'm trying to. This is gonna piss me off. I cannot
Yeah, you
remember.
sit there and just like think. Me and Weedle will talk for a second on Groovy. That's our guy.
Yeah. So I used to throw parties, right? That used to be my whole shindig around Orlando.
Okay.
And I was doing it with this guy who always used to say, party with a purpose, right?
Yeah.
This motherfucker would party, and like the person you needed to know, the networking at the party,
He did that.
this guy was like on it, right? And
Gotcha.
Groovy's like that. Groovy's like, bro, I'm here, I'm showing up. I need to talk to who the fuck I need to talk to. And we're going to have a good ass time. So like respect. Where I'm more like, I'll fucking talk to anybody. Let's, you want to hit me up at 404s, I'll talk your ear off.
No, fair.
Fuck, I can't believe I just.
Yo, we just fucking bullshitted to like buy
I know.
you time.
I'm blanking on
God
it.
damn.
I'm blanking on it. Fuck, it was a damn good
What were we
question.
even talking about before this?
We were talking. He was talking about fucking Mad Lads and like the different
5,000
tiers and, like,
of
shit
the
like
Mad
that.
Lad coin, right? But now Mad Lads could have a fucking NFT that's only 5,000 tokens instead of
They
20,000
could have a second
tokens.
one. Yeah.
Right. And
it's all in the same ecosystem.
all in the same ecosystem. So it
and we
doesn't
could
literally-
buy all of these tokens on fucking Cube.exchange.
Shout out to
That's where you
Cube
would do it naturally.
You know what I'm saying?
Naturally, you'd buy it
naturally.
on
You know what I'm saying?
Cube.exchange.
Not because the logo's in the corner of this video or anything, but honestly,
Or on the top of your fucking head.
Yeah, honestly, you know what I'm saying? But if 404s were to get announced on any exchange first, I just feel like Cube's part of the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, they be listing tokens fast and like.
Hey, I really love that you're shilling Cube.exchange, and what I would say to you is Cube.exchange, get in touch. We've actually been in touch with a lot of other exchanges, so I'd love for you guys to be the first, but like we're gonna have to do this shit.
Hey,
right?
yo,
So
we
get
can
in
make
touch,
that happen.
Cube.
We
So
can make that happen.
Bartage, we are going to be coming to Chicago. I'm going to be bringing WeedleChamp with me. We will bring Marc in the suitcase.
Wow, tough. I just get thrown in the suitcase.
We're trying to save on flights. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's true.
Me and Weedle are gonna be in fucking either exit row or business class. We got to have
Well,
our.
we're trying to
leg
save
space
money
and
on flights.
shit.
We're getting business class.
That's why we're saving money on flights.
Exactly.
Oh,
Like
so-
we save money on your flight so we can.
Oh,
You know-
that's crazy.
yeah,
That's
Get
yeah.
the
crazy.
leg. We need
Yeah.
the leg room though.
You will have leg room in the suitcase.
This is a disrespectful again. You got to at least throw me in a golf bag. A golf bag, legitimately, I might have room.
Okay, we get D-Golf. Can you shoot us like a custom D-Golf bag so we could throw Marc in there? But Bartage, we are coming to Chicago. You're going to meet Weedle. And we're going to get fucking 404 tokens on Cube.exchange.
100%. We're launching.
This
an
might be the
amazing
first one
collection.
that we get on there. I'm just saying.
Go nuts.
I'm
yeah.
just saying.
So
You're not supposed, it's the collection that you can't say right now. But they got eyes everywhere.
Show the hoodie. God, I'm like, I can't believe I can't believe I can't remember my question.
You were saying something
Bro,
about $5,000 of Mad Libs.
Yeah, what are you talking
I know
about,
the
bro?
worst part is at the moment we're done recording, it's gonna come to me in 2 seconds, and I'm gonna be like,
man.
we might just.
We're honestly just buying time for you at this point.
You know what we might have to do is that when we get done with dinner or whatever, if I have it, we're coming back
He's
here.
gonna
and-
splice it in.
like
Splice it in.
I will
Bro,
splice
if
it
we
in.
come back here and record,
I mean, this is gonna piss me off. Like I can't believe.
It probably wasn't that good of a question, so don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's gonna beat.
do you
me
want to
up.
like get up and walk away and come back? Like you could do that.
I've debated it.
Do it. Go,
No.
yeah, go take a breather. Go take 5, Mark.
No, it's
go.
gonna-
You've been podcasting hard today.
Nah,
Go
it's
take
good.
5,
Do you
Mark.
really think it was that important? Or is it just going to bother you?
I don't know. Now it definitely bothers me, but it is what it is.
You honestly, I'm gonna tell you something. You asking him how important it is pissing him off so much internally. And he's like, "Yeah, it was a fucking important question, and I missed it." He's so pissed at himself internally right now. Like he's like, you know that SpongeBob episode where he's got like a million SpongeBobs in his head, and they're like running around trying to figure out what his name is. That's what's going on in Mark's head right now. He's just got a bunch of little Marks running around trying to find the file cabinet of where the question is.
Remember we asked him that question earlier about the certain thing, and the number he gave us was 0.
Yeah.
And then 20 minutes later, the number was 2.
Yeah.
Memory. My memory's not great.
You got to
I
take
actually-
a supplement or
Yeah,
something.
you know, I need to. But yeah, fuck. It's just not coming to me right now. So I don't know what to say. I'm shook. I usually don't know.
What do we do from
Is
here?
there another topic?
like? Okay,
I
let me
don't know.
think.
Like,
Wait, let me.
You're the podcast guy.
Give me 30 seconds. I'll edit
We've
this
been
part out.
giving you fucking.
No, I know, but we've
oh,
been-
you
See,
need
well,
silence.
uninterrupted silence.
Wait, hold on. We're you don't even have to edit this out. We're gonna fucking meditate for 30 seconds. All right, let's close our eyes and
Okay.
just.
Okay. Shut the fuck up, sonny. Trying to focus here. What the fuck was my question, Mark? Think, motherfucker. Think. What the fuck was your question? SPL 404s. Fuck. Fuck, I'm drawing nothing.
Yo.
I'm drawing nothing.
So you said, I didn't get a chance to ask you
man.
this earlier. Yeah. Usually if you replay like the last
But
thing
I had
you
the
know-
greatest tweet of all time.
That's he was glazing himself.
I did. I did.
Because he figured out it was a
So-
quad, whatever.
so-
Bro,
the fuck.
yeah,
So
quad
wait,
effective.
there
Bro
had to be-
He
glazed-
figured that out.
Bro
and he
glazed
himself.
himself out of a
Forgot
question.
his
Because I had to point
question.
out that we had done a podcast. This is where my brainwave is going. I had to point out that we had done a podcast earlier, and I could have asked this question on the podcast, but I didn't.
We're
but it
wearing
w-
the same clothes. They'll
But it
get
wasn't. No, I added a hoodie.
Oh, you added a hoodie?
I added a
There
hoodie.
was a costume.
We should have
change, I
added a
didn't
hoodie
know.
to you.
but
Fuck.
the it's like fuck.
It's a different day.
It is what it is. What we can't add another 40 minutes onto this podcast.
To
Is not
just
try-
make you think.
What I really love about this is he still has to edit all this shit.
Yeah.
yeah, that's fine. I'll leave this in,
Facts.
but
Good meditation though. You feel good?
I feel great.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
kind of nice. It was kind of nice. But okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go eat, and then if for whatever reason I can think of it, I'm sorry.
Are you
come
just
back
cutting
in.
this whole podcast
No,
short because of this?
No, it's not short. Where are we
it's
at
not
right now?
short. We're like at an hour or something.
Yeah. I was gonna
20
say.
minutes of it was just been him trying to
Yeah,
figure out what
him
the fuck
trying to
the
figure out what the
question was.
question is. Hey, but we're going to Chicago now, so like that's a positive thing.
Bro, I
off
would
of
love
him.
to go to
You know what I'm saying?
Chicago, and I really, really would. My only issue is I'm so fucking busy. Like, turns out launching a bunch of collections and
Fair. They do got an office there. You could work out of the office. It's a nice office.
I don't know if I need to go to Chicago to get.
I mean, you
Well, we're
don't,
not
but
on
it's
an
like
exchange.
it's a nice experience. You know what I mean?
I'd love to go. I mean, the Hotheads guy is out of there.
we'll have
you.
we'll have a great meal. You know, we'll just.
All right.
We'll
I
make
mean,
it
happen.
like, I could be convinced to go to Chicago. Let me know.
I mean, I
It's
feel like I could probably convince you. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Like,
you're not gonna have to try that hard. It's just
yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna get
just-
through some work. Like
Yeah,
this is a
yeah,
timing
yeah,
thing.
you know what I'm
Let's
saying?
make a May trip happen.
But if we're like,
May in Chicago's a nice
you
time.
know, if it's just like,
Good
all
weather.
right, we go when we're trying to get a certain collection on Cube.exchange for the SPL404s.
But I would have assumed you have all the pool
thing.
needed. I
I
don't
mean,
even
yeah,
need to be
but
there.
like,
Come
I'm
on.
just trying to glaze you in front of
I
them.
know you
know what
are,
I'm
in
saying?
front of
Okay,
Like,
the amount
that's
of
all
glazing
I'm
I've
saying.
heard is crazy. Like,
I just dropped Dubai because I'm too busy.
I feel that.
I was gonna go
I wanted.
Dubai is
I kind
fun.
of have. I kind of have FOMO in Dubai right now.
I
I'm
have
not gonna
massive
lie.
FOMO.
but the thing about crypto is that like people are going somewhere every other day.
Yeah, but like Dubai is fun.
yeah,
Like
that's
Dubai
the
is
point,
fun.
right?
You know what I'm saying?
I've never
like
been
some
to
of the
Middle East yet.
like honestly the best water I ever jet skied on, Dubai.
what a fucking random ass
That's
statement.
so random.
I mean, it's just like peaceful as fuck out there.
I've jet skied multiple times. I've never thought about like the best water.
No, like
That's
you've
a
never had
wild
like choppy
thought.
water. You've never had like.
I don't know if you jet ski on a fucking lake, it's not going to be choppy water. Like,
Okay, I mean, not a lake. Like
I
if
grew
you're
up in
the
Michigan
ocean,
where it's like the lakes all around you, like
All right, I'm sorry, Mark. My bad.
crazy.
My apologies. I
The
was just
best
like-
water I've ever jet skied on.
Nah, I'm with Mark on this one. That's a wild.
That's a
statement.
Why is
wild.
that so
all,
wild?
all the
Wild
things you could have said about Dubai. The best
I mean, that's
water I
that's
jet skied
that
on.
was one of my favorite memories.
Wait. No, here's the real fucking question. How many other places have you jet skied?
Like 3-4 other places.
Where the fuck else have you jet skied?
Cabo, Santa Barbara. Where else? Hawaii.
Okay, so you jet skied on the ocean a bunch.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean Dubai's probably the ocean too. I'm not a big geography guy. but I'm-
Exactly. So,
I'm not a big geography guy.
And,
Oh, wow.
you got the Burj Al Arab there. It's like it's
The
a
who?
vibe. The building
Oh, that's how you pronounce that?
Yeah.
I've seen the.
and the Burj Khalifa,
Wait,
tallest building in the world.
how do you say that again?
Burj Khalifa,
No, not the other one.
Burj Al Arab.
Wild shit.
I'm not even gonna ask you to pronounce it.
No,
yeah,
hell no.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
We don't have to go into that.
Yeah, no. All right.
Yeah, I guess that was random, but like I don't know. That was one of my favorite memories from Dubai.
Okay, name something else that you enjoyed about Dubai outside of
This
the
fucking podcast. What'd you like about Dubai?
The kebabs, fire kebabs, amazing kebabs actually. The
Fair.
gold souk,
The
old
what?
old Dubai,
The what soup?
the cold
the
soup.
gold souk. It's a marketplace.
Oh, I thought you.
Souk is marketplace.
I thought you said the gold soup. I was like, the fuck kind of. They just put. I know they're rich there. They just put gold in soup.
Camel milk ice cream,
Oh, I don't.
fire,
Interesting.
That sounds good.
fire.
You
fire.
fuck with other milks like goat milk?
Not really. No.
No.
I don't fuck with cow milk. I don't really.
You're not a milk guy. Okay.
No.
Why do you think he's the size that he is?
Oh, that's it. It's not that my mother's 5 foot tall. It's that I don't like cow titty. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Did you get the propaganda when we were younger? Like, got milk.
I don't think
milk?
it's propaganda. I think it's true.
It's a little propaganda.
I think also genetics do
Oh,
add
it
a large.
is. It is
It was a
propaganda.
little
Yeah.
propaganda.
Yeah.
But also, like, if you don't drink milk, like,
Do you currently drink milk? Like if I open your fridge, you just got milk chilling in there?
we got milk.
That's like.
Do
what
I
you-
look
I
like
don't
I got
drink
milk?
You a whole milk kind of guy, aren't you?
I'm a fucking whole milk, double cream, bro.
Oh, double cream. Crazy. Sonny, what kind of milk are you? You're a 2% kind of guy, aren't you?
Nah, I don't drink milk.
No,
Oh, okay.
The only reason
But
I
you'll
have
drink,
milk,
you'll drink camel milk, but you won't drink.
Camel milk ice cream. It's you don't like ice cream?
Well, like I get some like they always have some dairy free flavors. Dairy
so
upsets
you don't
my
like
stomach.
dairy?
Well, dairy upsets my stomach.
Oh,
Yeah,
we could get you some like lactate or something.
I don't know if that working. This podcast has gone off the fucking rails.
It's super awkward.
Anyways, do wish I was in Dubai. It would be lit.
You
with
could go
crypto
jet
people.
skiing. We
yeah.
know you're very, very jealous that you
Yeah.
can't go jet skiing right
yeah,
now.
honestly.
I'm gonna take you on a lake in Michigan and show you some real jet skiing. I mean, again, it's a great.
You
experience.
literally were like Cabo,
Do I
Santa
wanna-
Barbara,
do-
Hawaii,
where
Dubai,
would I rather
Lake
jet
Michigan.
ski? In Dubai or in Lake Michigan?
Well, 'cause
No
we-
offense, Lake Michigan,
I
but
mean,
come on, what
like-
the fuck?
No, because if this is how I know you guys didn't grow up around a bunch of lakes.
Wait. Actually, Orlando,
not
I grew
about the
up
lake.
on multiple different lakes.
And it's
Yeah,
not
but
about
not-
the lake.
Listen.
In Florida, there's lakes everywhere. It's
No,
not one of
this
those
ain't
big
like
fucking
Michigan.
lakes.
This ain't like Michigan, Kay.
Is this like your one claim to fame?
He's
Yes,
got a
we're,
big lake.
We're
in it.
literally called the Great Lakes State. So yes, it is our claim to fame. Like we got cars, we got Eminem, and we got lakes.
And Marc Colcer.
And Marc Colcer. And the Detroit Lions, baby. Future NFL champions 2024. Let's go, baby. We are winning the ship. Let's go. Yeah, we're winning it. But yeah, we're Lakes.
I've never heard you sound less confident in your life.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
Who, you think the 49ers got a chance?
It's not going to be the Lions.
Oh, you guys.
It's not going to be the Lions.
You're going to talk your shit about your team.
Listen, I've had enough heartbreak by them. Hopefully they make it back to the Super Bowl. But I know that they would probably win a Super Bowl before the Lions do.
Damn, he's even at it. Probably in there. The boy's hurt.
Hey, man. Heartbreak is heartbreak.
Anywho. We got to go to dinner. I'm going to try to remember my I'm not going to speak for the first 20 minutes of dinner. I'm just going to think about my question. If it comes back to me, we're going to add it into this podcast at some point. But
we're probably not recording, guys. You know.
No, I'll do a fucking iPhone video. I don't give a shit. If I come up with that question
At dinner. Pull out the iPhone.
Yeah, we'll
While
do
you're
it.
Getting Oxycons?
The old Oaxacan.
Hey.
Big Oaxacan guy.
Hey. With some marshmallows.
See, but you can't see the issue about Oaxacan is at least we had the clip for it. The marshmallow comment, we don't have that.
It's all good. It's just an inside joke between us.
Yeah. But
You're just like you're a little marshmallow.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We're done. This is how these episodes become an hour and a half, and then I gotta edit the shit. So with
Love it.
that,
I don't even know what you keep in, to be honest. It's just
all of this will be left in.
Yeah, you keep everything in.
You think we're not clipping Dubai? Like that clip is that's a clip. Michigan, that's a clip. Like
Michigan is a clip.
yeah,
Michigan's not a clip.
Michigan's a clip.
Oh,
Michigan's
not a clip.
Michigan's
Oh,
not a clip.
You don't have that love for the state of Michigan like I do.
I don't know a lot of people that do.
Well, because you're from California. So
Ohio State's better.
okay, all right. Anywho, with that said,
Fully off the rails.
a wonderful episode of D Weekly.
Ah,
Thank you for coming on.
yo,
Shout out-
Weedle.
Yeah, of course.
We got to give Weedle some last words.
Well, shout out to WeedleChamp. Yeah. Is
The
there anything
boy.
you'd like to leave us with?
SPL 44 is the fucking future.
Facts. Bars.
Buy Mutant Mon.
Bars.
Not financial advice, but
Not financial advice.
Hey, wait. Munemon. I heard it's kind of bullish to be holding the NFT over the token right now. Am I off base?
No. You're right. So we're gonna have holder rewards that are gonna go to the NFTs.
Hey yo.
Based on which rarity you have, right? So there's different tiers. So you have the ones that start with 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 4 is legendary, 1's common, shinies, glitches, right? All of the partners that we'll be working with are generous enough that they will be, giving to our holder base, which is very nice of them. So the holder base may find themselves with some rewards.
Some airdrops, maybe? Some
At this current
y'all
time,
have some labs? Y'all are working on some other
not financial advice. We're just going to, not financial advice.
NFA.
not financial advice. Here's the only thing I will say.
But like y'all got a whole labs behind y'all.
I keep buying more.
Hey yo.
And I'm either psycho or I know something.
One of the two. People.
I feel
one
like
of the fucking two.
I feel like it's both. If I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Keep it a buck, and that's fine. That's fair.
I feel like it's both.
Yeah.
But I for sure know something.
Yeah, I'll say this. I'm bullish on project founders who buy a shit ton of their own project. Like, if you don't, you probably bearish on yourself. So
What's crazy is actually the amount of money. Like, obviously, most founders, they just give themselves, like unlimited shit. They will never buy their own project because they've already, gorged on everything.
Yeah.
These rares, Groovy's got a fucking glitch. I don't have a glitch yet. There's a girl.
He's for sure. He's been flexing on you.
Yo, he's been flexing hard, but I got a whole shiny squad. When
I'm
we
not
go
gonna
to
lie.
battle,
I sold a rare kind of early on. I'm not gonna lie.
look,
but-
you're free to do
But
whatever
it
you want
was
with your wallet.
it was a nice flip.
But
it was
let
a
me
nice
tell you,
flip.
I just keep buying more. That's all I could say.
there we go. That's how we're gonna end this. Because again, we will go off on forever. Let's
You
make,
still don't remember your question?
no,
right?
I know we're
Okay,
not gonna.
cool.
It's
Okay,
not gonna
cool.
come to me in these 5 minutes.
no,
Yeah.
it's cool.
So, I'll try to remember that. In the meantime, SPL 404s, the wave of the future. Go check out Mutamon.
If you're in Dubai right now, go jet skiing.
Go jet skiing, enjoy the water. It's very,
Best
it's very
fucking
it's
water.
the best water for jet skiing ever, apparently. And-
Water in the desert,
Bro,
the best.
It was amazing, honestly.
Yep. And with that said, we're gonna get 404s on Cube Exchange. We'll make that happen. And
We're going to Chicago.
You know,
Weedle's coming with us.
there we go.
Yeah, if that's what it takes to get the deal done, I'm there.
There we go.
I'm gonna just say that's what it takes just to get you to Chicago, and so we can have a nice meal.
It's fine.
Yeah, light work.
Light
Okay.
work.
Well, again, we're gonna.
Yeah,
I'm,
we're
I'm
out.
going to
Yeah.
cut this episode. Okay. So with that, we're going to dinner. I'll try to remember my question. And thank you everybody for watching.
Thank you.